Yeah, are you ready?
Okay, I'm good to go, yes.
Right,
okay, since 1965, the number of women choosing not to have children has doubled to 20%. I am one of them. I am childless, or you could say more positively child-free, which sounds like a fat-free yoghurt. Or the government could say, no, we are useless, but we are use-free, and they would sound good then. Anyway, I've always known that I didn't want to have children, ever since I was a child, and I didn't like being a child, and I wanted to not impose that state on future children, if that makes sense. So it's a selfless gesture. I suppose you could say I suffered a sort of paedophobia, which I got from my mum. But it's not that she didn't like all children, just her own children. So that was okay. But if I could give birth to puppies, I would. It's not the childbirth or the pregnancy. If a lovely litter of spaniels came along, brilliant. In my tenancy agreement, I'm not allowed pets, but it doesn't say anything about children, and they would be messier. The one reason, I got married 2 years ago, the one reason I came up for on a list, just to check whether I wanted them or not, was that I would be allowed to go on bouncy castles, legitimately, if I had children, but that wasn't a good enough reason, I don't think. That's Tom Baker. He's just seen the 1980s educational film about childbirth. You might remember that. That's why he regenerates, not procreates, essentially. The common thing that you will get as a woman if you don't want children is people will say, you'll change your mind. And I'm looking forward to rubbing my HRT patch in their face in a few years' time. But I didn't. Lucy Worsley, TV historian, came out recently, said she's been educated out of wanting to reproduce. But she went to Oxbridge, so perhaps that's why. But she says that she's a poster girl for women who don't want to have children. I've not seen any posters of her yet. Ellie Simmons, she is a poster girl. She's on actual posters and that. Lucy Worsley isn't. But she is speaking for a group of people who apparently, because they're such a diverse group, their voice isn't heard that much. Marie Helvin did speak out, said she doesn't want to be a mother, can't speak to Jerry Hall anymore because apparently they've got nothing in common now, and mothers should only associate with mothers. I wouldn't go that far myself at all. I have lots of friends who are mothers, friends who aren't. I do identify with someone who said in an interview quote though, I don't like it when French children come round, they're always touching things, crying and rubbing food over things. Well, for some people that's a really good night. I do appreciate that. Tracy Emin, in her 40s, says she's always getting asked why she doesn't want children, and she has a cat that she lavishes her love on. Coincidentally, we go to the figure of the witch. That's the archetype of the woman in society who doesn't want children. They were seen as scary, weird, marginal. We freak people out with our unnatural, non-reproducing power. Elizabeth I, the Virgin Queen, a more positive representation. She wanted to keep her power and her position by not reproducing, played there by Helen Mirren, who also doesn't want to have children and says she enjoys her freedom. I looked into it. Apparently, there are very few tribes where it's sort of acceptable to be childless. But the main historical reason where it was if you were useful and became a bride of Christ, or spiritually handy, helped people out generally, it was okay then. Or became what Elizabeth Gilbert has called one of the anti-brigade and rear other people's children. So I realise it's all more political than I thought. In past years I would have had to go into a nunnery, and I wouldn't have liked that in many ways. It would have been my only option, and that's scary. There are, at any time in history where lots of women have chosen not to have children, governments have immediately clamped down and given massive tax incentives and financial bribes to people so they will again. I understand there's a fear. If women chose not to be mothers, we could have the end of humanity. That's what people say, they say things like that. Yeah, if women chose to be mothers, end of humanity. If fewer men took on the role of fathers, we'd just have another series of Jeremy Kyle. But I don't want you to think I'm selfish. Not selfish. I would give my womb to anyone who would like it. Womb with a view, warm and wholesome. entrance, no rear access. Well-trimmed topiary, authentic period features attract Londoners by pointing out how it's near not one but two tubes. I'm not selfish, just wrong. Thank you.